for sure.
Because you're throwing one, he's throwing three right afterwards.
H2O right now, just keep that jab busy. Keep body uncomfortable, that bloody nose. You know, you wanna keep doing that. Right there, pop that jab. Nice.
Yeah, step in right hand from Silv. Body landed a punch, but had to eat the receipt. Good right from Body.
They need to make sure he's okay.
Holy smokes, he was losing every minute of that fight. Every round, every minute, Lucas Body, who has been praying for this moment, praying for this opportunity, just shocked the world and has knocked out H2O Silv cold.
He knocked him out cold. We just said what he needs to do is throw multiple punches. He threw two clean punches back to back.
And you know what's crazy? What H2O did, which I was about to say, that is he switched up. He was pressing the action with both of his hands up, so he was protecting himself. He got comfortable, put that lead hand down, and gave Bloody the only opportunity he had.
You said that early on when you did the interviews, you're talking about the defense, and I made mention that if he doesn't switch stances, the defense remain tight, because I feel like he could have kept the orthodox stance and pressed him forward.
That lead hand down was a big, big mistake.
Ariel, he lost every second of every round until that moment.
Unbelievable comeback. I have the receipts, guys. I texted all my friends before. Lucas Body's gonna pull up the upset. What did I say about Niagara right now? It's a hotbed of combat sports. I guess he was rope-a-doping us the whole time, because that was an unbelievable knockout. And it's a little bit scary right now, if I'm being honest, for H2O Silv, who is still out.
It's very scary, it's very emotional, especially when you're a guy that has not tasted defeat and you get hit with a punch and you come up, you don't know what's going on.
Yes, the EMTs
I agree with you. I don't think he was roping those. Lucas, he was punching. He knew he needed a strong combination to get the job done. He stepped in and he got it done.
A shocking, vicious knockout for the three-time Canadian amateur national champion Lucas Body. What a moment for him.
That's the great thing about boxing. One punch can change everything. And Body, who was being comprehensively dominated in every facet of this fight, changed everything with that knockout. Incredible.
I just hate to see it. You know, he was dominating the fight. Got comfortable and put that lead hand down, gave Bloody the only chance he had to get him. And look, that might be knockout of the year.
I'm just telling you, my man, it only takes one. I was in the same arena years back fighting Jake. I was winning every single round. I got comfortable. I saw walking him down. I thought I was beating him. I looked at a shot. I thought it was a different one. He threw the overhand right, delayed. It only takes one shot, one mistake.
I was just going to say, I thought that was H2O's best round, arguably, up until that point. He was feeling himself. He was aggressive. He was throwing a bunch of shots, giving him different looks.
And I need to see the KO again on replay, because what I saw, it happened so fast.
But look, man, Bloody did what he had to do. Props to him, because he was getting dominated, absolutely dominated. And he saw an opening, an opportunity, and he took advantage of it. And to me, that's knockout of the year. So far.
It's going to be hard to top that. A face-first, out-cold knockout after losing every minute. Every minute of the fight. And you do that in the sixth round. I mean, unbelievable.
This is a sixth round?
And the thing is that in boxing, the major key is to stay disciplined, because it only takes one mistake to get caught and it's lights out.
All right, guys, we're about to take a look at the knockout. Here we go. Lucas Prince Body with a knockout of the year contender here in Tampa against H2O Silv.
there, he did exactly what we said. Double up the right hand.
Double up the right hand.
And
Man,
look,
we gonna have to get paid. I'm trying to tell you, man.
we called it.
The left hand was so high early on in the fight. He went right hand straight.
He had no
and then
idea
he went
the right hand was
again.
coming.
Yes,
He had no idea the second right hand.
This year, I have not seen it.
Ariel, we said this was going to be the toughest test of Silv's career, and up until that moment, he was getting an A+.
He was looking fantastic. He was setting himself up for that big Floyd Schofield fight. And look at
And I don't know what's going on with the ref right here. Let the man celebrate.
And not only that, let the man celebrate.
that was the biggest moment of his life.
Get the man crew in there quicker, because I feel like Ashton was down on the canvas just a little bit too long.
Here's H2O's father. Can't imagine what's going through his mind
you know
after
what,
seeing
man?
his son get knocked out like that.
Thank God the H2O is alert right now.
Yes,
you know,
he's on the stool.
he's concussed without a doubt.
for sure.
But he's sitting on a stool right now.
For sure.
And he's good. He's not going to get carried out in the stretcher.
And his dad, Ivan, was not playing games with security officials. He said, get out of the way, let me get to my guy. Let me get to my son.
We are getting word that the doctors are saying he is okay, but obviously still stunned. He'll probably need some time.
He's up on his feet, and that is great to see. Well, every fighter has to face adversity in their career, and at 20 years old, Ashton Silv is about to get a big test in adversity. And it's good to see these two hugging it out.
You know, inside, sometimes these knockouts, you're never the same. You're never the same. This is a dangerous knockdown. He fell flat, face flat.
Yeah, 20 years old, get knocked out like that.
So to bounce back from this kind of knockout it doesn't happen much.
Well, Silv has done it. To 9 other men. And now, of course, it's time for him to be knocked out. Almost every fighter has to go through it. But credit to that man, Prince Body, out of Niagara Falls, Canada. We'd all written him off. I think everyone at home pretty much too. But he had his moment, his 5-second moment, and that's all it took as we go into the ring and judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce our winner, we ask you to please extend your thoughts and prayers to H2O Silv, and may God restore him. The end comes at the official time, 2 minutes, 27 seconds of round number 6. Your winner, by way of knockout here, still undefeated, Lucas Prince Body!
He'll never have a better career moment than that. Lucas Prince Body has Canada celebrating as he improves to 17-0 with 15 knockouts. Ariel Helwani is with the winner.
Todd, thank you very much. Lucas, congratulations. I'm speechless. How are you processing all this? It appeared as though you were losing every single minute of that fight up until the knockout. How the hell did you just pull that off?
You know what? I want to give big thanks to my coach. He told me, listen, it's going to be tough at the beginning, but you're going to get them. I believe every word he says. And it came.
So what was going wrong early on in the fight? Why were you having trouble with him?
You know what? He's very tricky, very quick. I was trying to get to him, to his body early on, and I was a little hesitant for some reason. My legs weren't really under me as they usually are, so it was tough to get in quick on him. And he's very fast, and he has good counter punches, so it was tough to touch him at the beginning.
All right, let's talk about this knockout. I mean, what a shot. Were you waiting for something? Were you looking for something? You hit him with that right and then the left for good measure on the way down. I mean, that right now, in my opinion, is the knockout of the year. That's one of the most vicious knockouts we have seen.
Christian Silva and his team. He's a great fighter, and I know I think I stole the show tonight, and I'm willing to do the same on the Tyson undercard. If Kid Austin wants to do it, let's go, baby. I'll knock him out too.
Obviously, it was scary afterwards, but we did see you embrace. What did you say to him?
I said, keep your head up, kid. You're a fucking incredibly young, talented fighter, and you got a bright future. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and keep at it.
By the way, can I ask about Niagara? What is going on in Niagara in both boxing and in MMA? We saw Jackson Jasudavicius last week in the UFC. You do your thing tonight. What does Niagara become the hotbed of combat sports in Canada?
Niagara's always been a fighting talent. Always. You know, we had so many great champions, Olympians come out of Niagara Falls, small little town, and you know, we still got the odd fighter coming up. And you see, I got my support over there. My whole family came home, my friends. Thank you guys.
All right, so Floyd Schofield in November, that's what you want.
Let's get it on, baby. That's why I'm here. I want the big fights. Let's go.
Congratulations, Tazza. Make some noise for Canada's own, the great Lucas Prince Body. Todd, back to you.
Well, that was a knockout that Prince Nassim Hamed would certainly have been.
Great knockout, and it's different. You ask me, what does he need to do? Double up the right hand, or double up the hook, and that's exactly what he did.
And I also love the honesty. He said he was twitchy. He was hard to find. And my coach told me it was going to come later in the fight, and it did. Right here, when you're looking at it, look, he's punching to the body, he's getting the combinations, they're getting into a little more trap right here. He's leading with the jab, eighth and left uppercut by Ashton.
This duel is just dominating. He's dominating, landing at will. But the problem is he got too comfortable. Right here, he's still landing good shots. This ain't in the pace boxing. But right here, he has his lead hand down. And I didn't like that because I felt the only opportunity Vladi had was to land that big right hand. And there he goes. He doubles it up and cleans it up with the big left hook. And it's a wrap.
It shows that in Tampa, the sixth round is not the round to get comfortable. And I feel like he was winning the fight the entire time. I'm glad he's away. I'm glad he's safe. He will fight again.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was the night of his life, and we witnessed it live here on DAZN as he pulls off an absolute stunner. Here's your CompuBox final punch statistics. Look at how one-sided these numbers are. 101 landed for Silv, 39 for Body, but the last three punches of the fight sealed the deal for the Canadian. Here's our fight card. I said this crowd wanted something special to happen. Well, we may have seen the knockout of the year just delivered. Coming up next, the co-main event of the evening, Serrano versus Morgan, and then it's Paul versus Perry. The best seats in the house. Don't just watch it, experience it live. Get tickets to the events you love with Events Ticket Center, the official secondary ticketing reseller for most valuable promotions. They're having a blast here tonight.
By bringing the best players on the planet, it gets people more involved in the game.
Exoskeleton, my love.
And scene. That's a pretty fun weekend, Jerry.
Next time you should use Event Ticket Center and come to a concert with us.
Can I bring Frank?
Don't have a weekend like Gary's. Get tickets on Event Ticket Center instead. Enter to win Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson tickets at eventticketcenter.com.
Bored of the same old content? Fansly is an open-minded adult content platform where you can find whatever you want. You don't know what you're into? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Thanks to our Fansly for You feature, dedicated to discovering new adult content and creators. You may even find a few familiar faces with our Twitch integration. Plus, check out more from tonight's Fansly ring card models over at fansly.com/Paul Perry.
Celsius. Essential energy.
She's been saying a lot about you going into this fight. Dare I say some things a little bit disrespectful. Have you heard some of these comments? And if so, how do you feel about them?
Listen, I don't pay attention to that. That doesn't win fights. That doesn't pay my bills. I go out, I train hard, I fight hard, and you'll see Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I'm not being disrespectful at all. I'm just stating facts. If I had to pick any of the fighters at the top, Amanda Serrano is the one I would choose. Mainly because she's gonna make me look good. Her fighting style is gonna bring out the best of me. And again, no disrespect, but she's on her way out. She could have retired 2 years ago and been remembered forever.
Do you think she's looking past you because she has this big Katie Taylor fight coming up in November?
Who she is, I don't think she's looking past any opponent, but she shouldn't be for sure.
One thing for sure, I am a professional, been in this game for 15 years. This is my 50th fight, and I never overlooked any opponent.
Watch 150 plus fights a year here on DAZN, the global home of boxing. You'll see the best in boxing, crossover boxing, MMA, and wrestling.
Hey champ, I know why you're here. You're a born winner, the top dog. It only takes one, but I know you're not all about throwing haymakers. You know your box from your weaves, and you know the zone is over 150 live events every year. Over 150, proper stacked. All the action, the chaos, the comebacks, the non-stop knockouts. Big fights every week. So get those gloves back on. Together, we're boxing royalty. The Zone, undisputed.
The Riyadh season will land in Los Angeles for one of its most anticipated events, which will feature Israel Madrimov versus Terrence Crawford for the WBA Super Welterweight title on August 3rd. Then Riyadh season moves to Wembley Stadium September 21st and will feature an all-British heavyweight clash between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Welcome back to the Amalie Arena in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, as we get closer to our main event, Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. So let's check in now with Wade Lemons, who is heading into El Gallo's locker room.
There is Jake Paul, the problem child with his product W.
The best product.
Such a marketer. Oh! His arm just came out of his body! Jake Paul's arm just got ripped out of his body! Wow, that's an angry little officer there. Jake Paul is holding his own arm. Can we get a doctor, please? Oh, that had to hurt.
Stop filming!
Wow, that cop is very... Is that a ticket? What is it? There's a fire there! Doctor, please help us!
Okay, how do we feel about what we just watched right there?
I'm fighting. I'm not playing any games. I'm not in the back. And joking and doing pranks. Whatever it takes for him to get in that mode, the zone, to downplay the moment and go out there and perform, do what you do.
There you go. Gabe is here. Gabe is back up here with us. Rosado and Tyron Woodley. How do we feel about that last fight that we just saw?
You know, we both said this in the private meeting that if he switches stances too often, his defense is going to break down on one side. He had that left hand so tight and hot to the head. He was also landing a lot of great combinations and counters. He said it.
I felt he was dominant in the fight, and I liked that he was walking him down and he was being defensively responsible, having both hands up. When he got comfortable, put that lead hand down, I saw the opportunity for Body to get that knockout, and he did it.
He took it.
Yep,
Back-to-back punches. We're glad that Ashton's good and safe right now. Guys, we already know, and everyone at home knows, Amanda Serrano will face Katie Taylor later this year coming up to rematch that epic fight that they had in 2022. But she's got to get past Stevie Morgan first. That is happening next up. How do we feel about that? What's it looking like for her going into this fight?
I mean, I'm going to let him comment on the low-hanging fruit, because I know he took offense to that.
On Amanda?
Yes. She called Amanda's a low-hanging fruit. When I say she, I mean Stevie did. I feel like Amanda's fighting. She's in her prime. She said, I do not want to take any more time off. November will be a year. I like to stay active. I want to get punched in the face. And this is a great example and a great test for me for my my opponents that are in heavier weight class don't have any escape.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. You know, Amanda to me is the greatest woman fighter right now of all time, honestly. Her skills, her discipline, her determination, she's on top because of her discipline, and I love it.
Okay, so Stevie, you know, it's from Tampa. We're in her home base. How do you think that's going to help her tonight in that ring?
Some fighters it helps, some fighters it hurts. I don't like to fight at home. When you fight at home, you got your long lost cousins FaceTiming you as you're doing your walkout. Everybody wants tickets.
Family.
Yeah, and you got to put on for it's the pressure to put on for your city. So it just depends on it. I feel like Stevie, just from the interviews, and she kind of froze up a bit. But I think she was saying what we wanted her to say, right? I didn't really believe it. So we'll see. She'll get opportunity in a second.
I think it's going to be a good match, but like you said, we'll talk about that low-hanging fruit. We'll see what happens.
It's levels. It's levels to this. Man of the legend. It's levels.
All right, guys, let's send it now backstage to Wade Clemens, who is standing by with Stevie Morgan.
Thank you, Sib. I am in the locker room right now of Stevie Morgan, just about to make her walk to the ring for our co-main event. Stevie, how you feeling right now?
I feel good. I'm ready to go.
I know this week's been filled with a lot of trash talk from all fighters, and obviously this fight means so much to you, this platform to zone MVP Amanda Serrano. How do you keep yourself locked into the fight and not focus on anything outside of it?
I mean, it's the biggest opportunity of my life. I gotta make the most of it.
When you get in that ring and all that stuff goes away and everything goes quiet and you're in that fight, what's your last message to Amanda Serrano?
Let's move the needle for women's boxing.
There it is, folks. Stevie Morgan looking to make history and taking on the real deal Amanda Serrano. Ariel, what's going on, my man?
Wade, thank you very much. Here with the legend, Amanda Serrano, and you're about to walk out for the 50th time as a pro. And I thought maybe after what happened in March, you'd be a little bit nervous, trepidatious. You're dancing out here, you're smiling, no nerves whatsoever.
Oh, there's always nerves, but you know what? I worked hard for all the weeks I've been training for, and now it's just to go out there and have fun, entertain the fans, and put on a great show.
I'm wondering if you think maybe the lack of experience on Stevie's side will be a factor going into this fight. It seemed yesterday she was a little nervous, even in that interview, a bit nervous as well. Are you going to try to exploit that?
Of course, I've been here. I'm super blessed to be fighting on the Jake Paul once again. I love it, and because of that, I'm used to this. So it's going to be a little different for her going out there.
She said on Thursday, I didn't want anyone to see me. I want no footage out there, all part of my plan. So what are you preparing for here? What are you expecting to see out of her?
Well, hey, with the name Sledgehammer, she's going to come to fight, and I hope that's what she comes, because if it's like that, it's going to be an early night.
Final thing, prediction?
Oh, one, guaranteed.
Stoppage?
We'll see.
I heard a yes. I heard a yes out there. Thank you so much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Ariel.
Sibley, back to you.
Oh, I love that right there. I love how Amanda just got her teeth out. She's smiling. She's ready to go. Like you said, she wants to get in. She wants to give it back. It's going to be a good fight. And by the way, can we talk about the atmosphere in the arena right now? Everybody is on their feet. Do you feel it?
I feel the atmosphere, the energy, like I said, from the first prelim card, it was a packed house. The energy's here. I think every fighter on the card is really thriving off it and using it as a tool.
And me and Tyron went super fan right now, ringside. The Hulk Hogan is ringside. We had to get our fix. I don't do that, but we had to do it.
Did you guys get a picture with them?
Yes.
Okay, they got the picture and left me out. Thanks a lot. Anyway, it's good in here. Everyone is on their feet. But without further ado, it is time right now for our co-main event of the evening.
Stevie Morgan, I think she's a great opponent to test my skills and my strength at 140. She's a tall girl, and she has power. She's 14-1 with 13 knockouts, so she's going to bring it to me.
Knockouts come not just because you hit hard, they come because you're smart in there, you have a good jab, you can set it up and follow a game plan, and that's what I plan on doing.
I know she's going to come 100%. She wants to make a name for herself in her hometown.
They're going to see a dog fight. You know how she's coming, She wants to make a statement, moving up in weight. I know how I'm coming. It's going to be a great fight.
It can be a brawler in any other fight, but when they come fight me, they become boxers. So it's really hard, so I train for everything, and I really don't worry about my opponents. I worry about what I have to do that night. I'm going to give it my all. I don't know anything other than to give fans their money's worth.
If she's coming for the knockout, I'm coming for the knockout. It's not going to go the distance.
I wonder how everyone's doing back home. It's kind of a work.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Amanda Serrano saying this week, I'm not a big talker. I'm going to let my fists do all the talking that needs to be done inside the ropes. Stevie Morgan, on the other hand, called Serrano low-hanging fruit. She's the one champ I know I can beat. My time is now. Amanda Serrano's time has been for about the past 15 years. She is 46-2-1, was involved in one of the greatest fights of all time against Katie Taylor. That rematch is on the horizon later this year, but first things first, she has to get past a woman nicknamed the Sledgehammer, 14-1 with 13 knockouts, Tampa's own Stevie Morgan. Here is our tale of the tape for this, the co-main event of the evening. This crowd still buzzing, 17,000 strong after a knockout of the year contender just went down. Serrano and Morgan both in their mid-30s. Morgan slightly taller, but it will be Amanda Serrano with a 1-inch reach advantage. This is scheduled for 10 rounds in the super lightweight division. Here's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go live on the Zone pay-per-view from Amalie Arena here in Tampa, Florida. This is MVP's co-main event. 10 rounds in the super lightweight division. It is brought to you by Jake Paul and Nakisa Badarian. Presented by DraftKings, the crown is yours. Fansly, the best 18 and over content creator site. Head over to fansly.com/Paul Perry for exclusive content from the event. Event Ticket Center. Don't just watch it, experience it live. Get tickets to the events you love with Event Ticket Center. And Celsius, live fit, essential energy. First to make her way to the ring, here is the super lightweight from Tampa, Florida, Stevie Morgan!
Stevie Morgan has fought 15 times as a pro, but there's hardly any video of her out there. How good is she really? We're about to find out. One thing we know for sure, she's never been under lights as bright as these. A packed house in her hometown, taking on a living legend in Amanda Serrano, one of the best to ever do it. But you wouldn't know it by what Stevie's been saying all week. Uber confident. She feels her time is now. She said, when they asked me, did I want to fight Amanda, my response was, does a dog bark? She's coming in on a 6-fight, first-round knockout streak. No one's made it out of round 1 against this woman. So she comes in with plenty of momentum. But can she handle the featherweight champion of the world? We're about to find out. We've already seen one massive upset. Will we see him in back-to-back fights?
One of the most decorated boxers in the history of the sport, from Carolina, Puerto Rico, here is Amanda Serrano!
She is the only boxer, male or female, to capture a widely recognized belt in 7 different weight classes. She's done it at 115 pounds, and she's done it all the way up to 140 pounds. One of the best to ever do it, making her 50th walk to the ring in her career. She has 46 wins, 30 by way of knockout. And again, she has that mega rematch lined up for later this year on the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson undercard against Katie Taylor, but she has to get past the Sledgehammer here tonight.
And she's walking out with a Tampa legend Titus O'Neil. And if you're a fan of Amanda Serrano's, you have to be happy just seeing her walk out, because we all remember what happened back in March when she couldn't walk out. An unprecedented, bizarre scene. Here she is, smiling, happy, looking to get her career back on track.
Set to go with our co-main event this evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super lightweight division. The 3 judges scoring at ringside: Efren LeBron, James O'Connor, and Teeter Wilgo. And 1/2 pounds. In 15 professional fights, she brings an outstanding record, standing at 14 victories. Just 1 defeat, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the super lightweight from Tampa, Florida, USA, the Sledgehammer, Stevie Morgan! And across the ring stands her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing purple and gold, she weighed in 136 pounds even. This time, holds a record of 46 victories, just 2 defeats, 1 draw, 30 wins coming by way of knockout. She is a 7-division world champion desde Carolina, Puerto Rico. The unified lightweight champion of the world. She is the real deal.
Boy, this crowd has come to life. It's Tampa versus Puerto Rico, Gabe.
Yeah, man. This is big.
I'm really curious to see how Stevie looks early on. I think she looked nervous yesterday. I think she looked nervous backstage with Wade. Let's see if the nerves get to her. Like Lucas admitted, the nerves got to him a little bit early in his fight.
Round 1, Stevie Morgan in the white and red, Amanda Serrano in the purple and white.
Stevie already looks kind of tight, not loose, throwing a stiff jab.
But once you eat that first punch, usually that'll loosen you up a little bit. And she's already eaten a couple. Serrano with the quick hands.
Oh, man, they're not playing.
Oh, this is gonna
She's not playing.
This is going to be a master class, and it may not end in the not too distant future.
Amanda said she hasn't seen any tape on Stevie Morgan. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing. And that's exactly what she's doing so far, Dave.
Well, Stevie Morgan has saw tape on Amanda, and this is not the way to fight her. Do not stand right in front of her and exchange back and forth.
And she's standing straight, saw chin in the air, getting hit with everything.
This is where Amanda eats it, and her opponent's walking her down.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, nice left hand for Serrano.
Amanda was smiling in the locker room, but she mean business.
And remember, 2-minute rounds here, not the 3 that Amanda likes to fight, but she may not need those extra minutes. Oh, my dear.
Big shot.
Stevie's already rocked. She's rocked. Amanda got her.
Nice left uppercut from Serrano. Are we about to see another highlight reel KO? Amanda looking as slick and as smooth as she likes.
I like the variety. She's punching high, she's punching low.
Morgan's punches look like they're going through quicksand.
Stevie said out of all the women fighters on the top, Amanda's the weakest link. What does she think now?
Well, she makes it out of the round, but not by much. She's got welts all over her head.
Gabe, I tried to save her during the fighting. I said, you mean for your style, specifically low-hanging fruit. She stood 10 toes on it. She said, no, the low-hanging fruit out of all the top female boxers.
Sure. And Todd, you'll remember back in Dallas when Amanda Serrano fought Heather Hardy, it looked as though she was carrying her. And people were upset she didn't put her away. She's got to put Stevie Morgan away to send a message to Katie Taylor. She's not messing around at this weight. Remember, this isn't her natural weight. This is 140 pounds.
She said a win guaranteed. Her corner said knockout. You heard it. They're right next to you.
It was Jordan
I feel like she didn't
Maldonado.
want to say it, but I feel like she's contemplating a knockout.
She could win this fight in this round.
I agree.
Jordan's fired up. Jordan's fired up, as he should be. That was a tremendous first round.
She's boxing with some straight Jordan 1s. I gotta take the hat off.
Serrano has not gotten a knockout since Daniela Bermudez 9 fights ago. Here she comes.
Well, Amanda's holding her power well at the 140-pound division.
Very well.
Can she get her first KO in 3 years? She will if Stevie Morgan doesn't change her game plan. She's eating almost every punch Serrano throws.
Oh, man.
Serrano is biting down. She's throwing everything for his
And the referee steps in and stops it. And Amanda Serrano back on top as this crowd goes bananas.
As you said, Ariel, she couldn't get it done in this round, and she did.
Easy work for Amanda Serrano. This is what her fans wanted to see out of her. Aggression, a stoppage. She got it done.
My phone was blowing up for tickets to watch Amanda Serrano.
Superstar.
For sure.
Bring on Katie Taylor in November.
Amanda sent the message.
Her 31st knockout in her 50th pro fight. The 7-division world champion shrugs her shoulders as if to say it was just too easy.
She said, I have everything. I got my strength and conditioning coach. I now have a nutritionist. I got plenty to bring sparring partners to me. And my sister's giving me this smoke. She knows me. She knows what I need.
Ariel, talk about the build-up now for Katie Taylor later this year.
Remember, the last time we
Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, comes officially 38 seconds. Round number 2. Referee Alicia Collins for the Hogs is about for your winner by TKO, La Boricua de Carolina, Puerto Rico, the real deal, Amanda Serrano.
Well, she made Puerto Rico proud tonight, didn't she,
Oh,
Gabe?
yes, man. Very proud of her, man. She's adding to her legacy. You know, at this level in her career, for her to have that intensity, that hunger, that drive is inspirational.
It's not just inspirational for female fighters, boxers, in general, for the sport itself. Sometimes you start touching that bread, you get comfortable. Like you said before, she's like that young, hungry fighter that's still smelling blood and trying to get the job done super quick.
Let's go into the ring, and Ariel Helwani.
Todd, thank you very much. Amanda, wow. Considering what happened in March and considering this is your first stoppage in over 3 years, 9 fights, how good does this feel?
It feels great. It feels amazing to be back here in Tampa. My 50th fight, my 31st knockout. I am super blessed to be here. Super blessed to have an amazing team. My coach, Jordan, my brother-in-law, Jordan Maldonado, my sister, Selena, MVP, Nakisa J. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this great opportunity, and it feels pretty amazing.
You saw the aggression, and some people were calling for that aggression in some of your previous fights. Was this a point that you were trying to prove, that you could stop people, that you could get rid of the opponents that you're facing in there?
Listen, I think these girls are mistaking my kindness for weakness. That's not true. I respect the women I go up against. This is a business. I think we all need to work together. But if you're not on my level, that's what happens.
And I asked you in the locker room, I asked you if you thought she was nervous, if the moment was too big for her. You were very classy with your answer. Now in retrospect, did you think that maybe you were on a different level?
Listen, Stevie Morgan is a great, she's up and coming. She's I knew her record was a good record. I know she didn't have the experience. I know this might have been a little too much for her. But if she continues and keeps on, she will be a great fighter, a great contender. She's strong, she's a great fighter. So, you know, my hat goes off to her. Thank you for taking the fight. She knew it was a tough challenge facing Amanda the real good fighter. It's not easy in front of 70,000 people. So, you know, good luck to her in her career.
I know yesterday you relinquished the IBF title. Look at you at 140. I know this isn't your natural weight.
Now look at this.
But look at you knocking people out at 140. Perhaps you'll stick around. I know there's a big fight. I'll ask you about it in a moment, but how good you feel at this weight?
Listen, I did a camp a little different this time. You know, I hired a nutritionist. I was eating a little better, and I guess it worked out. You know, the last time when I fought Katie at 140, I was eating cakes and cookies and burgers. I was eating all bad stuff. So I think now I'm fighting against Katie with this rematch. It's going to be a little different this time.
And speaking of the great Katie Taylor, something tells me she's watching right now. And we all know November 15th is the rematch. Can we look into the barrel of the camera and send a message to Katie Taylor?
Hi, Katie. I'm ready November 15th. Can't wait to go in there with you once again. We're going to show that women can fight. Put on a show, style, and I'm just excited to be there with you again. And this time is going to be a lot different.
Well, we can't wait for that. For now, congratulations on an unbelievable win. Welcome back. Tampa, show some love to the real deal, Amanda Serrano.
Well, Gabe, that could not have gone any better for Amanda Serrano.
Man, it was a perfect performance. The crowd's loving it. She's the biggest in the game right now.
Definitely the biggest in the game. And when somebody's that humble, but they still let you know, I'm still coming after you.
Exactly, man.
I'm still trying to knock your head out, but she's super humble. She understands that her voice is so strong, so she's very tentative to say anything negative about any woman in women's boxing. So hats off to Amanda.
Well, her voice is strong, Tyron, and tonight so too were her punches, as Morgan was just basically frozen in her tracks from the get-go.
Yeah, she just overwhelmed her with a volume of punches coming from different angles, body shots, head shots, left hooks. Man, Stevie just was out of her element. There's levels to this.
And it was a merciful stoppage by the referee because it was getting really, really nasty as Serrano was just landing punches at will. And I just love the aggression, not wasting any time. You don't get paid for the number of punches landed, do you, Gabe?
Yep. And it was a great stoppage by the referee, and Stevie didn't complain.
So Amanda, the real deal Serrano in her 50th fight, knockout number 31, and now all eyes on a rematch on probably the greatest female fight we've ever seen. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, when they fought in Madison Square Garden, it was absolute electricity. Imagine what they'll do in a football stadium in Texas. That's on the cards later this year. Here's our total punches. 58 landed for Serrano. That's more than Stevie Morgan even threw, and she landed at a 46% clip. Boy, oh boy. One left, and it's the big one. The king of violence, Mike Perry, promising to end the phenomenon that is the problem child, Jake Paul, and it is next.
Face first. I'm gonna eat everything you got. Everything. All of it. All of it.
Pay attention to your fluid intake.
All of it. Dana White said that he's gonna give me the UFC contract to knock me out. Well, guess what, Dana? You can rip up the fucking contract because I'm gonna fuck up Mike Perry. Anyone you send at me, any one of your MMA fighters is getting fucked up. They've been trying to assassinate me. They don't want me in this sport. They hate that I run this sport. But when you try to assassinate a guy like me, it only makes me bigger.
I'm here for everything. I'm here to eat everything he's got. And I'm taking your chin tomorrow, Jake. I'm putting it on him tomorrow night. I'll beat your ass, Jake.
And guess what, Ariel? I'm gonna keep getting him up tomorrow night. I'm getting him up, Tampa. Let's go! Let's go!
There he is. The problem child, Jake Paul.
Tale of the bet presented by DraftKings. Here's a look at some of the top bets for this fight on DraftKings. Odds makers think Jake Paul will win by decision. Make a little bit more money, obviously, on Jake Paul. Our top bets would be go the distance, yes, or Jake to win by KO. Make sure you check out DraftKings for the latest odds. Odds subject to change. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook.
I'm going to get more time to win my tournament, but you can get an instant victory with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers can bet just $5 to get 150 in bonus bets instantly, no matter how the fight goes down. Whether it's an early KO or a battle to the final bell, you're bringing home a win. Download the app, enter the promo code, and bet $5 to get 150 in bonus bets instantly. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Bored of the same old content? Fansly is an open-minded adult content platform where you can find whatever you want. You don't know what you're into? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Thanks to our Fansly for You feature, dedicated to discovering new adult content and creators. You may even find a few familiar faces with our Twitch integration. Plus, check out more from tonight's Fansly ring card models over at fansly.com/Paul Perry.
chance? Is it the 40-fight undefeated streak? Dominating 3 divisions? Or is it that you're always looking for more? Facing the undefeated champion on the #1 boxing platform in the world, Crawford versus Madrimov. August 3rd, buy now at DAZN.com.
We are back in the Sunshine State, beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, for the return of El Gallo Jake Paul as he gets set for his most dangerous test to date, as he faces the unpredictable, unapologetic, and undefeated bare-knuckle boxer and former UFC vet. I'm talking about Mike Perry in what promises to be an absolute banger.
People think I'm crazy for pivoting to this. Why Mike Perry? Why now? Why take the risk? You could lose the biggest payday and biggest fight of your career with Mike Tyson if you lose to Mike Perry.
That's crazy.
A violent, killer, bare-knuckle, undefeated legend over there. But no MMA fighter has ever beat me.
I don't like it. Why do I gotta do all this and some people are just handed everything for no reason? I knock him out, put him down on a knee, get the ref to step in, and be all over me, all over me.
I'm gonna knock this guy out.
We're back here at Amalie Arena, where we're going right to the locker room right now, where Ariel is with El Gallo Jake Paul.
Sibley, thank you very much. Right here with Jake. Camera is back there.
What?
The camera is over there.
Sorry.
How are you?
Good.
You seem ready? Game face on?
Yeah, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. Just ask my brother.
Oh, hey, Logan. How are you?
Yeah.
What's up? Good to see you here. You made it?
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling about your brother's chances?
Yeah, he's ready. I'm ready.
A lot of people are saying this is the craziest idea that you guys have come up with. Why would you take a fight against a guy like Mike Perry when you have a Tyson fight in November?
I like crazy ideas.
What's the key? I saw you guys clinching over there with your coach. Is that going to be a key here? Use your size, clinch, frustrate him?
Nah, everything's gonna pick him apart. I'm too powerful right now. Too crazy, too good of a boxer, and he makes too many mistakes, so you're gonna see me pick him apart.
You started the week 3rd round knockout, then we went to 2nd round, and then yesterday went to 1st.
Yeah,
so what is it?
It's first.
It's feel that confident?
Yes, 100%. Don't blink at home. Don't blink.
All right, well, Amanda Serrano set the table with that stop. Did you see that?
Yeah, she's great. Shout out to her, first knockout in 3 years, Amanda Serrano, the GOAT.
And you're up next.
Let's go, baby.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ariel. Okay, listen, we've got more questions for you guys. You've already been in the ring with Jake Paul twice, right here in this arena once. What does Mike Perry need to do to take out Jake Paul?
He first needs to apply some claustrophobic pressure. He needs to be all over him like right on right. Jake Paul is going to fight him from distance. He's going to use the jab, he's going to use his feet, he's going to use lateral motion. Mike Perry does best when he's at close range. Uppercuts and hooks and nasty boxing. He needs to find a way to slip the jabs with the right hand, get inside, and do his work there.
Let's see if he takes your cues and he knows what to do in that ring. We're going to be watching, of course. Okay, Dave, talk about the weight difference that we got between Mike and Jake right now, and how is that going to affect the fight?
I think the weight matters as far as the punching power from Jake. Jake's definitely the bigger puncher. He probably weighs 220 tonight, so he's definitely the bigger puncher. I don't think it's going to matter as far as them grappling and things like that, because I think Jake is going to want distance and box. Perry wants to make it a dirty fight. Jake don't want that.
No, he's not getting the distance. I like both of these, but right now we got to take it over to my man, Wade. He is with Mike Perry right now backstage.
Thank you, Sibley. I am with the king of violence, the best of the bare knuckles.
Who are you?
Mike
What are you
Perry
doing here? Hey, disconnect that thing now!
Getting ready for
Please
his
calm
main
down,
event, and
Dan.
Mike, The fans
We
are
have a
ready.
mission
We're
to
here.
destroy
You're
the
locked
Lord
in.
of
I want
Dust.
what you feel
Now,
right
voice.
now
Virgil,
in Tampa, Florida.
and you said
good luck.
I'm
Dan,
pissed off.
it is my
I'm ready to
assumption
go.
that you are now the
And
last
Wade,
surviving
I'm fucking
official
them up,
member
Wade.
of the
Let's go. I'm ready to
Carib.
beat
It
your
has been
ass,
claimed
Jake.
that you killed the other members of the Corps.
Folks,
I haven't
I
killed
think we
anybody.
keep it short and sweet. This
If
man,
you really
Platinum
were
Mike
Virgil,
Perry, is
you know
locked
that.
in on this main event,
As I have
and you
lost
better
part
be
of
too.
my
Do not
memory,
miss
I am
the
unable to
Platinum one.
verify this.
Captain, from observing his reactions thus
Thanks
far,
so much,
he
Wade.
appears to be
Okay, so
in
you've seen
sound
both the
mental
guys
health.
backstage now. They both are
I
hyped. What
believe
are your
it would
thoughts
be
after seeing
worthwhile
that?
to hear his side of the story.
They
What do
always
you
do.
say?
They always ready. They love the antics. They kind of
So he
wanted to
is
say
involved
when you
with
really
this.
think about it.
Where
But I
is
feel
he?
like if I
Tell
was
me.
looking at a Perry and I was looking at a Jake, these are the moments when they fight the best.
I knew
and
they
that's
were
what we
working
want
with
to see to
Wanderers.
fight. We want to see fighters fight at their best, and they both are in prime fighters
Wanderers,
fighting on tonight's
you
so
must engage.
We love it. You like the energy you see so far, Gabe?
Oh, I love the energy. And one thing is, confidence is everything. Confidence is a weapon going into the ring. Both of these guys' confidence is sky high, which is going to make it such a great fight.
I recommend
Ooh, I
you
got
return
chills.
to the FOB so we may discuss how to proceed from
Nice
here.
back there. The crowd is hyped here at Emory Arena. Thank you, everyone, so far. It is time for us to bring the main event of the evening. They're ready. I'm ready. So are you. Jake Paul versus Mike Perry.
Mike Perry is very violent. He's like a street fighter, brawler, crazy wild punches.
I'm excited to finally get my chance to put the gloves on. I've been working towards this for a long time. It's another part of my work.
I think the fact that he's used to fighting we're going to do a sure a match starts swinging wildly, be crazy, fly across the ring. But in boxing, it's about patience.
I've been doing it in a way that a lot of people are afraid to. That's the one thing about being a bare knuckle fighter is a lot of these guys, they try to dismiss it or discredit it, but it's proven toughness, it shows, and you know why I'm getting this opportunity because I have proved how much of a badass I am.
Mike Perry compared to Nate Diaz.
At the weigh-in from yesterday, they kept their hands off each other all fight week, but finally it got a little chippy. Ariel, you were on the stage. What were you sensing in that moment?
Sensing that Jake Paul was trying to mentally break Mike Perry one last time, one last effort, and then he realized around now, yeah, Mike Perry's different. He's just a different kind of cat, and he's not falling for any of this. I think Jake's in for a fight tonight.
You just spoke to Jake Paul backstage, and always he seems so relaxed. Remember, this guy's only had 10 pro fights. He's got 17,000 people here to cheer him on, and he looks like he's going to walk to Walmart to buy some of his new body spray.
That's the thing that continues to blow me away about him. And let's give a shout out to Mike Perry as well, who looks fantastic and also seems very loose. But this guy, Jake Paul, has grown up in front of the camera, so none of this should faze him, and it never really seems to faze him at all.
Tyron, what do you make of the demeanor right now of Platinum Mike Perry?
I mean, he looked like he's ready to kill. He looked like he's ready to some hot pepper to throw into his food. He didn't know it. This is the Mike Perry that we see do the best. When he's a little too relaxed and he's too humble, we don't see the Mike Perry that we like. The violent Mike Perry is the one that we're watching right now.
Here we go. It's Paul versus Perry live from Tampa, Florida at the Amalie Arena, the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Jake Paul 9-1, 6 knockouts. Platinum Perry, the bare knuckle king, 6-1 in stand-up fighting for him. He's 32 years old. Jake Paul will be taller, heavier, and longer. Cruiserweight division, 8 rounds. Here we go. It's Joe Martinez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. The wait is finally over. From the home of the three-time Stanley Cup World Champion Tampa Bay Lightning, this is the main event.
So
and
you
first
ran
to
into
make his
Dan
way
again?
to the ring, he is a
Lost his
bare-knuckle
mind.
superstar
I wouldn't put any
from
stock in what he has to say.
Florida. Platinum.
Brutal's analysis showed that there was nothing wrong with Dan mentally.
Judging from records, it appears that someone betrayed the Corps, and that is what led to its downfall.
And that someone is Dan.
Virgil's analysis is correct. That story runs counter to facts. Is he actually the survivor Good Luck is talking about?
In any case, shouldn't we decide on what our next move is?
Analysis of the data we collected on Sahelanthropus reveals it does in fact possess a powerful armament. If we're able to get it working, we just might be able to use it to destroy the royal dust.
Just like I said. See? I'm not lying. Well, since we don't know who's telling the truth, why don't we secure it ourselves from
Here comes
Too
the
dangerous to be
king
fair.
of violence, Mike Perry.
I don't want to believe either of them is working against us, but the way things are, I think that's a good
I can
idea.
handle the violence.
All right then.
Can
So,
he handle the violence?
looking forward to seeing Sahelanthropus back here, Captain.
From the
Sorry,
opening bell,
but until we know what's
hit
going
him
on,
like
we've got to
he's
keep an
never
eye on
been hit before.
it. Do as you please.
Todd, it's
But I
electric
am
in here,
not
man. I've been in world title fights. This is even bigger. It's just the crowd is going crazy.
Mike Perry said, I'm here to get pain. When I get pain, I embrace pain. And he gonna feel platinum power tonight.
Ariel, 57% of our DAZN fans for the zone thinks that the problem child gets the job done. What do you think?
I think it's a 50-50 fight. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. Who saw that coming? Shout out to Mike Perry's wife, Latori, who I think ever since he met her, his whole life has changed. Like I said, she's in his corner tonight. She's right off to the side over there. He has changed as a person. He has changed as a fighter. He has changed obviously as a husband and as a father. No one ever saw this coming. This new act from Mike Perry when he left the UFC. He found a lane in bare knuckle fighting. No one saw that coming. Undefeated over there, 5-0. No one wants to fight him, and so now he has to walk over to Queensberry rules and be maybe the first MMA fighter to unseat Jake Paul. What a moment for this man who we have seen evolve in front of our eyes.
Remember, tonight was the date Jake Paul was supposed to fight Mike Tyson. That's been pushed back to the end of the year, but a lot of people, Gabe, think that Mike Perry will put up a better fight than Mike Tyson.
Man, who knows? You know what? Mike Perry, his strength could be his weakness as well, because his aggression could work for him, but it could get him in trouble and land some, and Jake can land something big. So let's see what happens. But it's electric in here, man.
And if you've never seen a Mike Perry fight, just buckle up. He is different. He comes alive when he gets hit, when he starts bleeding, when he gets cut. One of the most unique human beings that I've ever come across in the fight game.
And he's real. I love his authenticity. He's real. What he's saying, he means it. When he gets out there, you can tell. You can always see when somebody's putting on the show. He's doing this in real life, real time, living color.
That's what they used to say about the late, great Arturo Gatti. He didn't start fighting until he started getting punched in the face.
Yep, and that's Mike Perry. When you hurt him, he's going to come at you stronger. He doesn't care. This man is willing to die in the ring.
He's got the gladiator gimmick going, ready to walk into the Coliseum and face the lion that is Mike Perry. Are you entertained? This crowd has been, the last two fights have been sensational. 17,000 strong. It's a sellout here in Tampa. And Jake Paul did it in 4 weeks, which is unheard of in almost any situation. That shows you the drawing power of Perry and Paul.
Boxing here from Cleveland, Ohio, Jake Paul.
Mentally, I've been saying the mantras to myself that I normally say. Jake Paul will knock out Mike Perry.
Entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that why you were here?
They've been trying to assassinate me. They don't want me in this sport. Jake Joseph Paul will knock out defeat and embarrass Mike Perry. You're going down, brother. I'm f***ing him up, Tampa. Let's go!
Here comes the problem child, making yet another memorable entrance. But can Mike Perry make it a memorable exit? He promises to go right after Paul from the get-go, and Jake has responded by saying if he does that, I'll end it in round number 1.
It's going to be tough to end Mike Perry in round number 1. But if he stands in the middle, one thing I can always tell you, Perry loves when he draws that line in the middle of the canvas. If Jake Paul does that with him, he puts Perry into the fight. He also has a knockout power. He can do the same thing, but he tends to close his eyes a bit, Jake, when he's in the pocket. Mike Perry is going to meet him in the middle of the canvas, and I do not see a first-round knockout, but I do not see this fight going the distance.
I agree. It's not going the distance, but I don't see a first-round knockout at all.
No one asked me, but I think it does go the distance.
You think it's good? You think it goes the distance?
I think it does. I don't think that Mike Perry's getting knocked out, and I don't think Jake Paul's getting knocked out. But I think it's going to be a great fight, and I think they're going to go toe-to-toe.
Let's bet 10 push-ups. I think somebody's getting knocked out.
Make it 20.
Right here on the ground in suits.
Well, every opponent that Jake Paul has faced has gone down. Can he do it to the king of violence in Tampa, Florida? We are about to find out. This crowd is raucous.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go! From the sold-out Amalie Arena here in Tampa, Florida, USA, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The main event of the evening. 8 rounds of boxing this scheduled in the cruiserweight division. It is brought to you by Jake Paul and Nakisa Badarian, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Fansly, the best 18 and over content created site. Head to fansly.com/Paul Perry for exclusive content. Event Ticket Center. Don't just watch it, experience it. Get tickets to the events you love at Event Ticket Center. And Celsius. Live fit. Essential energy. Sanctioned by the Florida Athletic Commission, the Executive Director, Timothy Shipman. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside: Tina Griffin, Efren LeBron, and James O'Connor. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Christopher Yar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands of sold-out fans here in attendance at Amalie Arena, the millions of fans watching live around the world on DAZN. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The world is ready. Tampa, make some noise! And you! wearing purple with silver. He weighed in officially 196 1/2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his boxing debut, bringing a bare-knuckle record of 6 wins, 1 defeat, and 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a bare-knuckle superstar from Orlando, Florida, the king of violence, Platinum Mike Perry! And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and white. He weighed in officially 200 pounds even. In 10 professional fights, his record stands at 9 victories, 1 defeat, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Desde Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, Jimmy, everything that was legal, and here's everything that was well. And you know what time it is. When you fight hard, fight clean, touch them up.
You heard Jake Paul say it's Judgment Day. Mike Perry told us earlier this week, I'm not here to box Jake Paul. I'm here to smash his face in. That's why he's the king of violence. As for Jake Paul, he says I'll pick up the biggest win of my career with another highlight knockout, and I'll make it look easy. Scheduled for 8 rounds, live from Tampa, Florida. Paul versus Perry. Here we go.
Jake's starting to fight on his toes, creating distance.
We said that earlier on. We said he's going to be lateral, sticking the jab.
Mike better protect himself.
Ooh, great body shot right there by Jake.
Jake told us no one goes to Mike Perry's body. I will.
He's going to the body so he can set up the overhand right. Take 1 or 2 shots to the body, and if you can see his hands drop, especially Mike Perry's left hand, Jake's going to look to throw the overhand right.
Very noticeable size.
Told you.
Man.
Jab high, jab low, overhand right.
Paul promised a first round KO, and that's a promising start. Perry looks shell-shocked.
Man, that body shot shook him up, and that head shot, oh, nice left hook right there by Jake.
Perry's got to let his hands go. It may be over before he lands a punch.
Perry can get away with his hands being down in bare-knuckle boxing. In boxing, he cannot.
And one thing Perry's doing wrong is he's standing straight up, so he's open for that left hook or that right hand. His chin is exposed.
He invites people to throw punches so he can draw back and forth. Jake is not the guy you want to invite to throw a punch at your head.
Ariel, what's his body language telling you?
It's not great right now. I mean, look at the size difference. That's a guy, Jake Paul, who walks around at around 220, 230. Mike Perry barely made 200, so you see it right there. And Jake's confidence is just growing. Jake doesn't need to outmuscle Mike. He doesn't need to clinch with him. He just has to outbox him because Mike isn't protecting himself. And like you guys said, he's leaving himself open for shots.
Yeah, man, I don't understand why Mike has his hands so low.
Because that's the way he fights in bare knuckle and MMA. But as you know, that doesn't work in the street science.
And Jake is not the beacon of cardio, but he's kind of breathing a little heavy right now. I think he's not used to hitting somebody that hard and still being around.
And that's where Perry can do his best damage if he can get Paul still in the corner.
That was a good overhand right by Perry that landed on the temple of Jake.
Like I said early on,
man.
Mike Perry does come alive when the going gets tough. We'll see if he answers. Not looking great so far.
Good right hand, and he stumbled Perry again.
Yeah, Perry doesn't have an answer for that hook and that overhand right.
He's very flat-footed, moving forward, upright. He's leaving himself exposed.
And there we go, he's following him as well. He's not cutting the ring off, he's following Jake.
Like a zombie, not moving his head.
He needs to take a big 45-degree angle step in front of you and send one away.
Good body shot again from Paul, and that has affected Perry. Another good, solid jab from Paul.
Perry's walking to the corner, shaking.
Jake's getting better as a boxer. I'm going to just be real.
dealing with pillows here, but let's be honest, Jake Paul hits really hard.
It's not pillows, it's 10 ounces. Bare knuckle is no padding, that's no protection.
Cut because you know there's no padding. But
yeah, look how low Mike Perry's is right here. You see Jake, as we said before, he's going to use the jab. The jab is something over here right here. That's the knockdown we see right there.
More of a clubbing shot.
Yeah, it was a clubbing shot. It was more.
Legit shot.
So round 2, Jake Paul doesn't get his first round knockout. He does get his first round knockdown.
Man, Perry's so flat-footed, just walking straight, chin in the air. He can't keep doing
His head, slip, get inside, only punch. After he.
The right hand perfectly placed.
Only punch after he slipped a combination.
This could be over here. He's not protecting himself. He's too upright. Jake hits way too hard.
This is a good time to clinch, but I don't think Perry's going to clinch. It's not in his repertoire to do so.
Jake has been a very good finisher when he gets opponents hurt.
Mike's legs are wobbly as well.
For someone that's hurt to be walking someone down.
No.
You'd love to see Perry at least get one shining moment in this fight for all the fans that are here supporting him. You know he's going to go out on a shield.
See, that was great stuff from Jake. He doesn't want to clinch with Mike.
Perry has no defense at all.
Zero, yeah.
At all.
Chin is up, hands are down.
Overhand right.
And Jake's doing great, man. He's boxing, keeping distance. He busts up the eye. The right eye of Perry is busted.
I mean, he's even throwing power with the jab. He's been known to throw a lot of power with the right hand, but he's throwing power with the jab, and I think that's the most surprising thing for Mike Perry.
And Perry keeps to follow him, and Jake's just setting traps, walking side to side, setting traps, landing that hook, landing that right hand.
Gabe, do you see any path to victory here for Mike Perry?
I don't, man. It's just a matter of time. He's getting broke down.
Whoa.
That's a good hook he landed right there.
Hold the phone.
I mean, he needs to dig down, and he needs to do what Lucas did.
There we go. Make the fight dirty. Make the fight dirty. Frustrate Jake. That's his only hope. This is where Mike Perry comes alive.
And I know what you're saying, Ariel, but one thing about Jake, he's mentally strong. That's not going to bother him.
When I fought Jake, I did the same exact thing in the same arena.
Yeah.
Mike Perry, don't count him out yet.
You can never count Mike Perry out.
Man, Jake is setting up that big right hand because it's right there for him, right down the middle.
Guys, Mike Perry has this crowd eating out of the palm of his hands.
If Perry just put his hands up.
Perry's not going to put his hands up, Gabe. Don't waste your breath. He's not going to put his hands up. I'm promising you that.
It's a great round for both fighters. Both fighters had their moments there.
Guys, I know the term zombie gets overused in fighting, but Mike Perry's the closest thing to a zombie. He really does seem to love when everything is stacked against him.
And Ariel, Gabe said something real important. He said he doesn't think that this is going to be in effect. The underhook of the wrestling is not. Jake is mentally tough. I did the same thing. I had 3 weeks to fight, so I had to make it ugly. It didn't bother him. He got cut over the eye and taken out. Look at this right here.
That's a good right hand right there, set up with the jab to the body. Clean shot.
Imagine if Jake opens his eyes. Remember we talked about this. He punches with his eyes because look, he's not even looking at the shot.
But it was a good setup because he feinted to the body and came up top. It was a smart setup.
And what it does is it makes you think he's going back to the body because he was punching with that right hook. Overhand right, second knockdown.
For what it's worth, Jake Paul was gasping for air in his corner as ice water was dumped all over his body.
Yeah, this is a high pace. They're fighting at a very high pace. And
It takes a lot of power, and it takes some energy.
And you know, man, when you're hitting a guy with your best shot and he's still walking you down, man, that breaks you down a bit.
Yeah, well, one thing that I noticed when I was prepping for Jake, his cardio has never been the greatest, but still in late rounds he can punch with power no matter how fatigued he is.
I just can't believe Mike Perry is walking down Jake Paul with this stance.
You can't believe it. You
Whoa,
Mike Perry.
big left hook.
You're right. I can't believe it. It's just wild to see after how that first round went.
Nice left hook there from Jake Paul. And Perry can't afford to get too comfortable as he comes in because Paul could catch him with the right hand. There's a left from
that left hook. Jake felt that help. I think Jake needs to go back to that jab. That jab helped him out in the first round.
And Jake does not need to slip the jab on the inside. He's going to put himself right in front of the right hand. Do not slip to your left on the jab. Not against Jake Paul.
Jake Paul dropped Perry in round 1 and in round 2.
He's setting him up for the overhand. I see it.
Oh, man. That's a beautiful shot right there by Jake. It's almost like he looks like he's going to throw the right just to set up the left hook.
He's setting him up. He's looking down low. He's either going to throw the slapping left hook or overhand right. Nice left hook by Mike Perry.
Mike Perry.
That's a good body shot right there by Jake. And you know, right there, right here, what Perry's doing is he's following Jake. He needs to cut the ring off. He's following Jake too much.
Another straight right hand from Paul. And now Perry's trying to bully Paul.
Mike Perry has come all the way back now. Jake looks tired, guys.
Well, you know, it's tough. You got this guy just walking you down. You're hitting him with your best shots, and he doesn't care, man.
Good uppercut from Jake.
But props to Jake because he's staying disciplined to the game plan.
Jake having a hard time seeing out of the left eye as blood pours into it.
And that blood is only going to fuel Perry. Both fighters are cut.
Oh, nice left hook. Nice right uppercut right at the end. Right at the end of the round.
Gabe, you're a pro boxer. How do you describe what we're seeing from Mike Perry? This is absurd.
Man, this is great. It's hard will determination.
No technique.
No technique.
This fight is going exactly the way I thought it would go.
No technique. Exactly.
Exactly the way I thought it would go.
But, you know, it's just, you can't teach hard. When you hit a guy with your best shot and he gets up and he keeps coming and he cuts you and he's trying to win, you can't teach that, man. Only certain guys have that. It's special.
And it takes discipline for Jake Paul not to get discouraged. You need somebody with your best shot and keep walking forward. Some guys fold him today.
And yeah, props to Perry for coming back, but Jake is still controlling the pace. You know, it's tough, but he's controlling the pace.
We're in round 4.
Oh, nice straight left hand by Mike Perry as he switched to southpaw.
It is a frantic pace and a straight right down the pipe from Paul.
He switched to southpaw and Jake made him pay with a straight right hand.
Doing that.
He switched it right back up. That's a big mistake.
Francis made that mistake too against Anthony Joshua.
Man,
Perry, a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, you can see the power right there by Jake.
There's very few people that have equal defense on both sides. I've seen 2 or 3 people total it happen. I would get the left hand up if I'm Mike Perry, and I would keep walking him down off the counters, just like that.
Jake looks like he's found a second wind or something.
Well, Jake tried to sit down on a couple of hard shots to see if he can rock Perry, but it didn't work.
Here comes the overhand, guys. That's the setup there for the overhand.
Yeah, that's the setup. He's testing him out.
Jab high, jab low, overhand.
Power punches to round 3. Is giving as good as he's getting. Whoa! Oh! That got his equilibrium up. The time might be now for Paul to end this.
Just being patient. He's setting him up
unfortunately, we know that's not in his game.
That's the inexperience, because you got to clinch in a situation or take a knee. Get the 8 count, try to recover.
Perry's legs still don't look good. Balance is off.
Man, and for him to recover so fast, now he's walking takedown. He felt that jab.
Yeah.
That jab, it stopped him in his track. Good body shot by Jake.
Either way, how about Mike Perry?
Perry trying to plug, but this is not a smart move. He's trying to rope a dope. You don't do that in the middle of the ring when you're rope.
The referee taking a look at Perry, who's eating everything that Paul is feeding him.
The referee's close. He's paying close attention right now.
But a guy like Perry, you got to let it ride.
The ref does have that look on his face.
And Jake staying disciplined, setting everything up with that jab.
A little nod there from Perry. 10 seconds to go. A brilliant round for Jake Paul.
Great jab by Jake.
Oh, and he caught him with a right at the bell, and Perry almost went down.
We said this. The jab is the #1 thing you need to do to Mike Perry to keep him away. He's not sleeping it properly. His hands right up and his hands are low. It's set up the body jab. It's set up the right hook to the body. It's set up the overhook. The overhand and the straight right.
Well, we've got great seats, but how about these $1 million seats ringside for Amanda Serrano? There's Javon Walton.
Right here, Jake just setting it up. Nice jab. Bobbles Perry, takes him to the rope, hits him with a big uppercut right here. It's coming up. Big shot. And you know what? I think if we go another round like this, the referee's going to stop the fight.
Yeah, the doctors took a good look at Mike Perry that round. They're going to let it continue. And apparently they'll look one more time.
Sometimes you can be too tough for your own good.
Hey, Mike Perry once had his nose pointing in the complete opposite direction. This is all good for Mike Perry.
But you know what, man? He's out on his feet.
No, 100%.
He's concussed. He's wobbled. He's hurt. Really bad.
One more power punch could seal the deal for Platinum Perry.
That jab right there just wobbled.
You expecting just an overhand right or an uppercut, and you get a solid jab, and you get a solid hook, and then you get the punches you're looking for as well. It's difficult to deal with.
I think Jake's going to set him up with a left hook.
It's there. I mean, to be honest, right now, everything's there.
Everything's there.
And never count Mike Perry out.
We saw that earlier tonight. Lucas Body, who was beaten comprehensively from the opening bell, landed a combination and dropped H2O Silv in the knockout of the year, perhaps. 15 power shots landed in round 4 for Paul.
Dealing with their jab.
And that movement.
Yeah. He's jabbing, the lateral motion we talked about earlier on, he's doing that. And he should.
A lean over game might be susceptible to a big uppercut.
You know, Jake just had a friend that busted him up with the jab. Jake knows he can land a big right hand. He just keeps him right now. Jab, busting him up.
He's tenderizing the state. That's what he's doing.
Look at Perry's face.
Perry needs to get his hands up higher. Slip. You trying to beat down. He needs to slip and he needs to get inside the same way.
It honestly defies all two things still standing.
That's who he is, though. You know what I mean? That's his big.
Output offensively, though, right now for Mike Perry. He's become a punching bag.
I don't know. I like to see you go and punch that punching bag and see what happens.
Well, he's not
Joshua's on a flow right now.
And speaking of great heavyweights, how you doing, brother? The Hulkster, Hulk Hogan.
Legend right there.
Jake Perry needs to Hulk up.
He's ready to go.
Credit to Perry, who's still coming out for more. That's why he's the king of violence. He says, I can handle the pain.
Good body shot right there by Jake.
Gabe, if you were in Mike's corner, what are you telling him going into this round?
Put your hands up.
Okay.
Put your hands up and bend your knees.
Yes.
He's standing too tall. Chin is up in the air. Tuck your chin, put your hands up. See right there?
Oh,
see that?
nice
See
left
that?
hook.
He got low and he landed a shot.
And we talked about that, using that peekaboo style, slipping inside, cutting it. Then he needed to buy real estate, chop down inches of the canvas, and then throw a power shot.
There's the jabs you were talking about.
Oh,
Byron. Oh,
man.
That one caught him good. Paul.
That's the one.
A right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a third time.
The jab set up the left hook.
Oh.
And now wave it off. There is a new king of violence, and his name is Jake Paul.
It was probably a lot tougher than Jake thought it would be, let's be honest. And there were probably moments in that fight where he thought, what the heck did I just get myself into? But in the end, his boxing experience that people love to knock, that people love to take away from him, won him the night, won him the fight, and now he gets to punch his ticket to fight Mike Tyson.
He fought a disciplined fight, stood behind that jab. When Mike was applying pressure, Jake didn't get overwhelmed. He stood to the game plan, threw some great body shots. Phenomenal performance by Jake Paul.
Sometimes we get into fighter meetings, people tell us what they want to hear, right? Jake said, I'm going to throw jabs. I'm going to use footwork. I'm going to go to the body, right? He said that he's been wobbled by people that weigh 175 pounds. When he's fighting against me, he's not going to be ready, and he's not going to be able to handle this type of power.
Jake Paul said this fight was a Mike Tyson appetizer and that Mike Perry is a baby Tyson. Ariel, after watching this, do you think Mike Tyson has a better chance of beating him than you did before this fight started?
Honestly, I don't know what to make of the Mike Tyson fight. He's 58 years old. It's impossible. None of us know. And who knows how he's going to feel? Who knows if it ever happens, if we're being 100% honest. And I am curious to see where Jake goes after that fight or before that fight. He is progressing. He is getting better. If you say otherwise, you're just being a hater. Yeah. Mike Perry has nothing to be ashamed of tonight. He goes back to BKFC, but clearly boxing's a different sport. We learned that tonight, once again.
Absolutely, man. Right here, he's just getting overwhelmed. Jake's throwing punches from all angles. Hooks, right hands, uppercuts, body shots. Overwhelming Mike Perry. He didn't have an answer. These are big shots, man.
Huge shots. Those are big shots from both hands. Sometimes you got one hand that's really dominant. He was hitting it with a hard left hook. So you see right here, he led with that left hook. We said he set that up by the jab. Constantly not having an answer to the jab sets up the left hook. Right here, he went to the body, came back overhook with the left hook again. Uppercut. Guys going to come with a straight right. That was enough to...
Just not meant to be for him.
Well, Paul said this was a riskier fight than the one he had fight against Nate Diaz, and I think that proved to be true because Perry had some success in the early rounds, and man, he just stayed tough the entire fight, refused to back down, but in the end, Jake Paul just had too many boxing skills, and in the end, he improves to 10-1 with his 7th professional knockout.
I'm sure there's some people who are going to say Jake couldn't get rid of him in the second round. You know, some people will say that just exposed that Jake, you know, isn't that good, all that kind of stuff. Forget 10 pro fights, 1 amateur fight.
I think Jake is constantly trying to prove people wrong. I think he needs to accept it. I think when you're on the other side and you're proving people wrong consistently, that's the view that's flamed him. He needs to consistently stay with that.
All right, let's make it official. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, in comes at the official time. 1 minute, 12 seconds, round number 6. Referee Christopher Young puts a halt to the fight. Your winner by TKO. Gaio, Jake Paul.
He promised a knockout, and he delivered in front of yet another sold-out crowd. The problem child beats the king of violence, Mike Platinum Perry. Gabe, you've seen Jake Paul for a long time. How are his boxing skills improving or regressing, in your opinion?
No, man, he's the real deal. He's a real boxer. He's not, you know, all these gimmicks and things like that. No, he's the real deal. He jabbed, footwork, defense, and he, you know, another thing he showed is mental toughness. Perry was backing him down, got up from the canvas. Sometimes that takes a fighter's heart. It didn't take Jake's heart. He stood mentally in the game, kept applying the game plan, and got the knockout.
Gabe, when you listen to what Ariel said, he said if you don't give him the credit that he's a boxer, you're a hater.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When you look at this, even myself, competing against him 2 times, you got to give credit where it's due. He's progressively getting better. He has power with both hands. His variety was there. His footwork was there. And even though Mike Perry was close to being knocked out a couple of times, he kept his poise and found a way to get the job done.
All right, let's go into the ring now. Ariel Helwani is with Jake Paul.
Todd, thank you very much. Jake, congratulations on a hard-fought victory. What's going through your mind midway through that fight when he is just not going away and you're hitting him with everything?
Man, he's tough as nails. I'm sorry it took so long. Tampa, I love you. Let's go. He's tough, man. Respect to Mike Perry. He's the king of violence. He's the BKFC champion. But I just hit too hard, but he took a lot of damage, and that's a W, baby. I'm super excited.
Fair to say he was tougher than you thought he would be?
I don't know. I kind of expected that. But, yeah, I mean, I did put him down in the first round. He just survived it. But Mike Tyson, you're next, big boy. Sign the contract. November 15th on Netflix. I'm excited for that one. I'm going to go home, prepare for that. And Alex Pereira, you said you want to box. I'm the king of this. I'm the king of this. Come over. We can make it happen. I want you, Alex Pereira.
You want the UFC light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira?
Indeed, indeed. I just beat a BKFC champion. I beat multiple UFC champions, and he said he wants to box. So Alex Pereira, after Mike Tyson, let's make it happen.
Is the Mike Tyson fight a done deal? No doubt about it, November 15th, that fight is still on.
100%, it's happening. November 15th, Mike Tyson is training. He's back, looking crazier than ever. November 15th, Netflix, and I'm gonna get another KO and prove everyone wrong once again. Everyone said that this was a mistake taking this fight, that I was an idiot, I was risking it, but that's why I'm here. I take big risks, I put it on the line, and it's anyone, anytime, any place. Let's go!
So considering that, was there any point in the middle of this fight where you started to doubt yourself and say, hey, this guy's taking all my big shots and he's hitting me with some big shots. What have I got myself into?
No, not really. I just didn't feel very good tonight. I was sick leading up to this. My knuckle is messed up. It was swollen like a big ball. I'll post it on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna be giving away $10,000 tonight at Jake Paul. You can see my knuckle was basically broken before the fight, so Yeah.
Well, could that possibly delay the Tyson fight?
No, no, no. I mean, did it delay this fight? No.
Right.
I'm a warrior, man. I fight through anything. We put it on the line. Shout out to Amanda Serrano for her knockout tonight. She's also coming back November 15th against Katie Taylor. It's going to be a stacked card. And Ashton Still, you're a warrior. I know you will come back. I love you, brother.
Just curious, before the fight, you and Mike were talking about a bare knuckle fight, an MMA fight. Does any of that interest you after this?
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I'm down for it all, Ariel. I love combat. I love going to war. This is what I was destined for. And in 2 years, I will be the cruiserweight champion of the fucking world.
2.5 years ago in this same building, you picked up a big win. What's the difference between the Jake Paul in front of us today and the one who beat Tyron Woodley back then?
Man, I'm just way sharper, cleaner. I think he hit me with like one good shot tonight, and everyone said he's gonna knock me out. So I made some mistakes. Like I said, I didn't feel very good, but it's back to the drawing board, and I'm gonna just keep on getting better.
Final thing, I presume that Mike Tyson is watching this right now. Is there anything you want to say to him?
Mike, I love you, but this is my sport now. You're a legend. You're one of the two most famous boxers to ever live. You and Muhammad Ali. It's an honor to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored you're a legend, but I'm going to take your throne, brother.
Logan, quick thoughts on your brother's performance.
Yeah, Mike Perry, you're the toughest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life. Ask him how he does it. That's phenomenal.
Hey, I don't know. I was trying to roll with the punches and hit the back. You did a great job. You were way too fast for me, and I couldn't adjust. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and showing love and support. Orlando, Florida, Tampa, I appreciate y'all for showing up, and you know, I tried, man, but the kid hit me hard. The first round, when you knocked me down, you were too heavy, it just kind of knocked me over, didn't even rock me. But later on, it added up. Good job, man. Congratulations, Tito.
Are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's a normal day for me, but he hit me a little harder than some of my training partners. That's all.
Better than you thought he would be.
He was too fast, and he adjusted. You know, perfect practice makes perfect. I was making the right moves and doing the right adjustments, and he's not sitting there waiting to be hit like me. I was trying to find the timing, but he was just too clean, too fast.
Bare knuckle rematch?
Let's go. I don't care. Let's do it. Or MMA. I feel like I could have put my weight on him and grappled his ass up and tried to grab his arms and neck. So I'll do it. Fuck them other guys. I'll do that shit.
All right. Well, for now, some time off probably needed.
And Yuta, I love you, Yuta. I know you're watching.
Getting better every day. I'm telling you, he's laying on the job. I'm super proud, super impressed. That's all we do is win, right?
All we do is win, baby. Let's go.
It's amazing. In March, we were all in the ring together. She was devastated. You had to try to lift her spirits. What a difference a few months make, right?
Yeah, that's what we do. You know, we always come back stronger. She's a warrior. She's a legend. She's the greatest of all time. So she's going to come back. Amazing performance. November 15th, we're going to go back to back. Can't wait for that.
Congratulations. Congratulations. What a scene in here, Todd. Jake Paul does it again. Back to you.
Indeed he does. Good to hear from Mike Perry that he's okay. Let's get your final thoughts on what you just saw. What do you get?
You know, Jake Paul just continues to show improvement. Great jab, great foot movement. You know, he's looking great. And it's a dangerous fight for Mike.
Let's look at Ed Torres, who's he's talking to the UFC champion right now. Yeah. Look at what we're doing right now. This is the real now. I feel like he fights two different fights. He has to do all this trash. He's promoting all these different brands, and he's on FaceTime with a UFC champion right now.
Hey, speaking of the UFC champion, if somehow that fight does happen, Alex Pereira is at a whole different level than Mike Perry.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's at a whole different level. The fact that he's a UFC champion tells you that he can't fight contractually. I can't see Dana White allowing him to fight a Jake Paul. So this fight may happen, but it'll be a ways down the road.
Well, Alex Pereira, I got to call about a dozen of his fights at Glory Kickboxing, one of the best stand-up strikers in the world. And he says boxing is his first love. I'd love to see it happen. Come on, Dana, let your boy fly a little bit. You want to see Jake Paul lose? lose, that might be the guy to do it. Round one, there's that clubbing shot, Gabe.
Yeah, that shot.